Hey everybody, it is one of those days. I am waiting on a bunch of stuff to dry. It's one thing that I hate about latex spray paint. It takes forever to dry. I ran out of space, so I wasn't able to do the plates quite yet. I ran across a piece of, I made like a broken Eldar monument. I'm going to try and paint that up too, and I do that. Obviously the stuff that needs to go up yet, black based out my dinos, and a couple of pieces for eBay. I was talking this morning with Sean Morris, and those of you who don't know who Sean Morris is, he is the terrain guy. Just a phenomenal like open fields kind of you know, green ground terrain and trees type guy. He is sickly talented, so check him out. So I subscribe to him. If you're having trouble finding him, just go into my subscriptions and you'll find him. He's the terrain guy. These are my Hodas. When I get a chance, I will be black basing these out as well to start doing stonework on them. And I couldn't find any Space Marines, but Sean wanted me to do a kind of a tutorial on a unique painting style for probably Space Marines. So I was testing out this lava camo style. I'm waiting on the piece to actually glue down to the base. All my super glue, I didn't know I was running short. My super glue ran out, and the last one I had was just in horrible shape. So what I did is I PVA glued, or no, actually I used this stuff. Is this PVA glue? Yeah, PVA glue from Citadel. It's a white glue. Supposedly, when that goes ding, it'll be secure, and then I'm gonna black base it with an alcohol-based spray paint, and then I'm going to try and reproduce this style of pattern on it. Obviously, this is rather large. To give you an idea of how large that pattern really is, here is a dark Eldar. That'll probably help if I do it that way. There's a dark Eldar. So as you can see, that's a huge camo paint job compared to that body. So I'm going to have to really bring it down. And we'll see if I can pull that off on this fig. So, I found kind of an interesting fig. I think it's for Mage Knight, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the fig right here. I've seen people use bottle caps to work on their figures from. I think Christopher does it. Yeah, Christopher does do it from AG Productions, Inc. And I think somebody else does. But a person who's just a phenomenal painter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go under the impression that somebody made, it is a steam golem, but I thought it'd be kind of cool is if they just poured water in it, and because it's walking over lava terrain, it would boil the water, creating the steam. So I would call this like a steam stalker or something. Something very lame like that, because I'm just a lame kind of a guy. So, let's see. Oh, this is a modified style of warp gate. It wouldn't fit inside the bay, and I wanted to kind of set it up to where it looked like this thing could be airdropped straight out of a bay, because that's a bay door, and if you look at the base is the same. So they could just basically airdrop that thing right out of the ship, and that thing could fly right down to the planet kind of on a glide, and then maybe have some chutes pull at the last second or something or other. But I wanted to give it kind of a, you know, as we're moving across the galaxy, we're, you know, setting up planets for being able to be quickly taken over if need be. And I think that that base goes with that door really well to kind of get that feel across. Like we're just ready to just airdrop over every planet that we cross. So, so that's where I am. We did some more battling last night. We ran two rounds of combat, and I totally screwed up. Those guys, I didn't even write up cards for. They just look kind of cool. My kind of Grim Reaper dudes got slaughtered, and I've taken some damage to my my skeletal orcs, and I lost a Caller in Darkness. Isn't that just a phenomenally cool figure? I absolutely love that figure to death. It is just beyond cool as far as I'm concerned. And the damage done to the wife unit is... I killed off a pissed off bear with an axe, and I killed off a bunch of Druger slavers. These guys, whatever they're called, Azure Fighter, stomped them, and that big mean guy with a hammer. So it's kind of even right now, points wise. I think we're pretty close. I've done some advancing. As you can see, there's what I have to defend. So your best defense is a great offense philosophy is going forward. So I'm doing a very all or nothing style of attack, and we'll see what happens. The reason I'm doing an all or nothing style of attack is because if I don't have all of my forces down there, those guys are gonna just kill me. So I'm going to crash against the shore of her army, and hopefully I will be a tsunami and overrun her, as opposed to breaking on the rocks and being destroyed myself. So we'll see what happens. I finally got a wolf up there by those pesky crossbow archers, and I got a fast moving wolf pack right behind them. So I'm going to try and keep their horrendous amounts of firepower at bay with melee attacks, while I get heavier style troops coming up from the rear, and I'm going to try and do a pincer style attack and turn this whole area here into just a killing zone with Strahd, huge fiendish spider that I call Shelob for obvious reasons, and I've got my big nasty dragon coming up the back, and whichever looks like it needs the most push is the direction he'll go in. So it's going to get very nasty very quickly. I would have, if I was thinking, I would have made a connection point in between here, and that would have made it a little more interesting, or through there. The key when you do dungeon style combats is you want to create almost like a city style grid. If you have a city style grid, you'll have lots of little combats going on all over the place, and it'll be very tactical. The less of a grid, the more choke points, and the more it just slows combat down. So if you're going to do something like this, try and create as open of a grid as you can, because it'll make the battle far, far more interesting. So that's what's going on this morning, and hopefully I will have more to show for you guys later on. Take care, everybody. Love ya.